My mother's delusional boyfriend thinks that he can take over my house after my mother passed away, so I made him homeless. When I was like 17, my mom came into some money. She tried to keep it quiet, but she paid off my dad's debts, bought him a small house, cleared her own debts, paid for my sister's college, and even set up funds for mine. She had a boyfriend at the time, and shortly after, he and his son, who was like 7, moved into our new house. Over the next few years, mom bought my sister a house after she graduated college. Her boyfriend lived with us and didn't pay anything, but he did work. When I was right 21, mom was diagnosed with cancer. It wasn't good. She sat me and my sister down and went over exactly how much money there was. She intended to give her current house to me, and both me and my sister were left with a large sum. At the end of it, she asked if I would allow her boyfriend to stay in the house with his son until he got his own place. I agreed. Before she died, she told her boyfriend he would need to look for his own place, but had time to save more for that journey. For the last 4 years, he has continued to reside in the house and with his son. I haven't minded because we get along okay. I pay all the bills, but he does buy food for him and his kid. He has dated off and on, and mostly kept the women out of this house, which I respected him for, until his current partner, she's in and my house in 3 times. And at first, besides feeling a little uncomfortable, I was okay with her. The last time, this past weekend, was the point where I lost my shutso. I was making myself some lunch. When she came walking downstairs, she grabbed a plate and went to grab food out of my pan. I asked her what she thought she was doing. She started telling me how I should look for somewhere else to live, and that leeching off my dead mom's past relationship as an adult was pathetic. I hollered for my mom's old boyfriend. He came down, and I told him I didn't know what his current thing thought, but I wasn't going to be disrespected in my house. He wouldn't even look me in the eyes, as he mumbled something about my mom promising him the house, and that he was just being kind letting me stay. My mom met him shortly before she won the money, and told him, and us girls, that she had no intention of leaving him money. She did set aside a fund for his son, for college when he gets there, but he cannot touch it. Only his son can. He has lived in this house almost 8 years without paying a dime. He should have plenty of money, and if he doesn't, that's on him. I told him he had 30 days out to leave. I wasn't going to house someone who would lie and disrespect me in my house. He left that night with his son. Update: my dad came over this morning and brought along my cousin. For easier telling, I'm going to call mom's former boyfriend, Terry. Terry showed up about 10:40 my time. He talked to my dad, then asked if he could have a couple of minutes alone with me. Dad nodded, so my cousin and him went into the kitchen, and Terry and I sat in the living room. Terry started with an apology. I don't remember all of the words said, but the basics were, he missed my mom. He's been lonely, but not alone thanks to me and his son. He was sorry for what had happened, that he got caught up in lust and let someone else fill his head with ideas. He said he owned up to his mistakes and should have never put up with someone who would disrespect me or my mom's memory. He tried to hand me a cashier's check for $155 style. He said it wasn't much, but he wanted me to know he appreciated me and living with me, and that he wanted to pay back some of what he owed. I refused the check, both in part because I never wanted his money, but I also don't want to give any possible legal leg for him to stand on. If this is somehow him trying to stay, I told him the first part and told him to put it towards a house. He told me he is living with his sister, but is going to look at houses with a realtor next week. He did say his son is asking about our next hangout date, and said both me and my sister are welcome to arrange time with him. After all of that, my dad and cousin helped him get all the stuff out of the house that he owned, and he gave me back my house keys. He apologized again and left. Update 2. So Terry called me last week and again yesterday. He put an offer on a house, and yesterday it got accepted. They expect the close date is early next month, but I am very proud of him. He thanked me a lot for letting him have so much time here. Offered me some money one more time for his time here, which I again declined, but I did offer to help him move in when the time comes. He put down almost half for a down payment, so he definitely was saving money during his time here, and I'm glad everything that happened was an encouragement for him to get into a home of his own. I talked to his son yesterday, and after he got out of school, we are going to play laser tag this weekend with my sister, and he is excited for the new house too.